Pickoff here, and welcome back to another lesson video. Today, I will be going over the 6-2 text. So let's jump right into the video. Alright, so as I had stated before, I'm going to be going over the 6-2 text, which is the second lesson of Chapter 6. And in this lesson, we will be learning about planning adjusting entries on a worksheet. So to start, in two accounts, which are supplies and prepaid insurance, we have used some of what we have owned. During each month, we used some of our supplies to run the business, and we also used a portion of our prepaid insurance. So these are considered expenses for the business, and we must account for the portion that we used during the month that we used it. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about the supplies adjustment on a worksheet. So to calculate the supplies adjustment on a worksheet, what we do is we take the supplies account balance and we subtract it from the supplies on hand, and that will give us the supplies used during the time frame. So for example, the supplies account balance as of August 31st is $1,025. The supplies on hand as of August 31st is $310. So the difference between the two will give us the supplies used during the month of August, which is $715. And when we prepare the supplies adjustment on a worksheet, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we write the debit amount. Next, we write the credit amount. And finally, we label the two parts of the adjustment. Alright, so next we're going to be talking about the prepaid insurance adjustment on a worksheet. So to calculate the prepaid insurance adjustment, what we do is we take the prepaid insurance balance and we subtract it from the insurance coverage remaining that's unused, and that will give us the insurance coverage used during that time period. So for example, the prepaid insurance balance as of August 31st is $1,200. The insurance coverage remaining that's unused as of August 31st is $1,100. So the difference between those two will give us the insurance coverage used during the month of August, which is $100. And when we prepare the prepaid insurance adjustment on a worksheet, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we write the debit amount. Next, we write the credit amount. And finally, we label the two parts of the adjustment. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about proving the adjustment columns of a worksheet. So when we prove the adjustment columns of a worksheet, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this. First, we rule a single line. Next, we add both the adjustment debit and credit columns, and then we write each column's total. And finally, we rule double lines. Alright, next we're going to be talking about preparing a worksheet. So when we prepare a worksheet, there are a few steps that we follow when doing this process. First, we write the heading. Next, we record the trial balance. Then, we record the supplies adjustment. After that, we record the prepaid insurance adjustment. Then, we prove the adjustment columns. Next, we extend all balance sheet account balances. After that, we extend all income statement account balances. Then we calculate and record either the net income or net loss. And finally, we total and rule the income statement and balance sheet columns. And this worksheet right here explains what I just told you on the last slide. So as you can see here, we drew a single line. The two numbers in the trial balance column equal. So we draw a double line. the two numbers in the adjustment columns equal. So we draw a double line there. Now, for the income statement column, if you look here, the sales is higher than the expenses. So since the sales are higher than the expenses, we have made a net income. So to calculate the net income, what we do is we take the income statement credit column and subtract it from the income statement debit column, and that will give us our net income. If our expenses were higher than our revenue, that would be a net loss. But anyway, if we take the income statement credit column and subtract it from the income statement debit column, that will give us our net income amount of $2,099. Once we've recorded that number, we then bring that number over to the balance sheet credit column, and then if we take the total of the income statement debit column and add that to the $2,099, that will give us $3,565, which is the same number in the income statement credit column. So once those two numbers have been recorded and that they're equal, we can rule a double line. And if we take the $2,099 and add that to the $5,250, that will give us the total of the balance sheet debit column, which is $7,349. Once those two numbers are written and they equal, we can draw a double line there. Alright, so that is the end of the 6-2 text. In the next video, I will be going over the 6-2 work together. Okay, thank you.